Babylon is the symbolic equivalence of the United Nations of our time and age. Babylon is the UN of our time and age in Manhattan, New York, the United States of America. Behind the UN is the superpower, the United States. So when the book of Revelation in chapter 18 talking about this great city Babylon and calling her the woman, the Holy Bible is talking about America being this woman and no one else. America being this woman. And before I go any further, I'd like to say one thing to our beloved people of the United States of America. This is nothing to do with you, my beloveds. It is a prophetic message from the Lord to any nation that walks away from Jesus Christ of Nazareth. But I'm not talking about the people, I'm talking about the system of this woman, the great city Babylon, which is the UN, and the driving force behind the UN is the US, United States. Why is the woman in chapter 18 being America? Why is that? Because America was named after, as some claim, the founder of America, someone called Amerigo Vespucci. Amerigo Vespucci, who founded America in the 15th century, 16th century. And America is a Latinized version of Amerigo. So in Latin, for a male, he is called Amerigo. A female is called America in the Latin language. So America was named after the founder, Amerigo Vespucci. Because America is feminine, so they named her America. It's a Latinized version of Amerigo, the founder of America. Now, we said back then that the king stood from afar and wept and mourned the fall of the city. Three kinds of people mourned the fall of the city, the great city Babylon, which is United States, which is the UN. Three kinds of people we see in this chapter 18. In verse 9, kings mourned over her. In verse 11, merchants mourned over her. And in verse 17, shipmasters mourned over her. And also in verses 12 to 13, we talked about 28 types of trade items. This is last time. It's just an intro, a recap, so we can connect and move on to our topic this evening. So verses 12 to 13 of chapter 18, we talked about 28 items of trade. These 28 items, we divided them into 7 groups. The first group spoke about money. The second group spoke about expensive clothing, which is royal outfit or kings. The third group, place to live. Fourth group, expensive fragrances. Fifth group, food and drinks. The sixth group, a mean of transportation. And the seventh and the last group, humanity. This woman, the great city Babylon, the UN, which is the United States of America, this woman is saying the most important thing to me. America is saying this, the UN is saying this. The most important thing to me is the first group, money. And the least important thing is the last group, humanity. So all I care about is money, 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 and I will step on every human being in order to be rich. Isn't this happening right before our eyes? UN going to the WHO, World Health Organizations, FDA, TGA in Australia, the big farmers, all the poison they bring to the human race. Why? To be rich. Why to be rich? In order to be a ruler. Because since the first group is to do with money, it's all precious stones, I don't want to repeat, but to make money. Then the second group comes as clothing, and the clothing we looked at, they are all to do with royal clothing, kings. Why? Because this woman wants to rule, because kings rule. That's their natural thing to do. Kings rule, and this woman wants to rule, and in order to rule, I need money, I need wealth, I need power, and money brings me that power. You know, so the most important thing to this woman is money, and the least of all is humanity. Get the jab. And get the boosters. Mr. President, Prime Minister, evil. The UN is evil. They are evil doers in the name of human rights. The biggest joke. Yep. Yeah, it's the biggest joke. Democracy does not exist. Democracy exists when you have Jesus Christ as your Lord and God. Human rights when you have Jesus Christ as your King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Freedom when you have Jesus the Messiah, your Savior and Redeemer. This is when you're free. This is when you are a human. This is when you are living in democracy with dignity. When Jesus rules over your life, not UN, not US, not any other being outside of Christ. No one. Anyone that comes and rules over your life outside of Jesus, that being will make you a slave. No more, no less. You're a slave, period. And that's why the superpowers, these beasts, which Revelation 13 calls them beasts, they are a governmental system without God in it. Superpowers of the world are governmental systems without God ruling over them. And when they don't have God in them, what are they going to do to the human race? They will enslave every single human being in order to remain at the top, in charge, ruling and having that sovereign authority. Not realizing the sovereign authority belongs to Jesus Christ of Nazareth, period. No matter how long they rule, one day they will go. And we will see in chapter 18 the punishment of America, because America has drifted away dramatically from Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who is the only true divine God revealed in the flesh over 2,000 years. That's why America will go. America will fall, my beloveds. It is not if, it's a matter of when. But America will go, and there is no escape from that. There is no escape.